Hi, I'm Chad, and welcome to day 2 of CVMA's third round of the 2023-24 Winter Series. Out here today, got 2 practice/qualifying sessions, each 10 minutes coming up right now. After that, I got 2 races today, the Formula Middleweight and the Supersport Middleweight. Should be a lot of fun. Looking to improve on my best time from yesterday of a 155.85. Hopefully we can get back into the 54s. That's my previous PB here at Chuckwalla. Set back in January as an amateur, racing as an expert, looking to finish my first expert race still. So let's see how it goes. wrapped up the last qualifying session, and I qualified 34th out of like 40 something people. So I don't really know what I'd hope for. I'd hope to go a little bit faster. My time was a 156.131. Yesterday I did a 155.85 on the solo too. So I was hoping to at least get down to that again today, but it wouldn't have made a difference if I had ran that time today anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna go out and do some racing and see how it goes. Just try to have some fun. Bike feels good. I think I could have been in a 155 or maybe even a high 154, but that last lap when I finally had clear track for the whole lap, I tried to brake late for turn 11, which is the slide. It's that right-hander. It goes downhill into the bank left. And I just missed my turning point, went out a little bit wide, threw me off at the slide. Probably lost like half a second there or a second, but it is what it is. See what we can do in the race. But with that, let's get ready for the riders meeting. All right, so just checked the official grids, and I am starting 29th out of 40 for my first race and 29th out of 37 for my second race. So quite a stacked grid. It's going to be interesting, but see how it goes. So yeah, now let's cut to racing. thus concludes another day of CVMA racing. So I only made it out for the Formula middleweight race because at the end of that race, I was just beat down. I haven't slept a lot this week. Just getting the bike prepped and everything took a lot out of me. A lot of nights without a lot of sleep, and just riding a super sport bike again. Really doing back-to-back track riding 2 days in a row has kind of been a lot for me. So I wasn't going quite as fast as I was hoping I would. My PB here I set in January of this year. It was a 154.51, and I haven't been able to break 155s down in 54s at all. So I ran my race. I finished, which is great. That was the only goal coming into this weekend. The starting lap, I did a 2 flat from a dig, and then also navigating some of the chaos of turn 1. That was pretty wild. That was a packed grid. That was at least 30 people. I finished 23rd officially. I don't know where I started relatively, but I had a good time. I did consistent 55s all race, even the last 2 laps when I was just totally drained. So it's good. Definitely some setup I could work on with the bike. The shock's a little squishy, and I'm not getting the kind of feeling out of the front end that I had with my 2012 Daytona 675R, but figure that out eventually. So unfortunately, I ran out of battery before I could complete all of the thoughts and things that I wanted to say. So I'm going to do that now. First, this weekend was so much fun. I started saying that, but especially now that I've had a little bit of time to recharge because I was pretty exhausted at the end of that day, I had a blast. It was so much fun to be back out there with all of my friends. They were all so warm and welcoming, and it was like nothing had changed basically. Big shout out and thank you to my friends Matt, Tim, Alex, Marina, Lucas, Will, Rashawn, Richie, Charlie, Rodney. Ton of people that just made the experience so much more fun and enjoyable. And I mean, that's really one of the best parts about doing this in the first place is just the great friendships that you make and spending time with those people. So as far as the results go, I'd hope for a little bit better and I'd hope to go a little bit faster, but at the end of the day, again, just couldn't quite get a good feeling with the bike. So next time I get out on it, I'll work to make some changes and hopefully feel a little bit more confident on the bike. Nevertheless, 55s for a whole race after not racing at all and not even riding that bike for 8 months, not riding anything with clip-ons in an aggressive riding position. I'm pretty happy with that, I'd say. So as far as where I finished 23rd out of 29 racers that finished. There were 32 people that started that race. Unfortunately, there were some crashes up at the front, which I didn't even notice going around the track. CVMA is really awesome about getting the crash truck out there, making sure that those people are okay, picking up their bikes and getting them out of there. So didn't notice anything going on there, but we did see that one guy that retired. So officially 32 people started that race, 29 finished. Out of those 29, I was 23rd. Now, as far as where I started the race, because there were originally 40 people that had registered to race, but again, only 32 actually made it out to the grid, so there were 8 that were MIA. So let's do some math here to figure out exactly where I started, because I have no idea where those gaps were relative to me. I didn't notice any around me. So started in my position. I gained 1 position off the line. That was the guy that ended up coming back and passing me. We'll talk about that again later. So that's up 1. But then I got passed by somebody else that was coming from behind me. He blocked me going into turn 2. So basically right back where I started, +1, -1. Then I got passed again going into turn 3 and took that position back in turn 6 on that same first lap. And then as we started lap 5, I got passed back again. So I believe I started in 22nd, finished in 23rd, lost the position. Would have been nice to at least finish where I started, but you know, is what it is at the end of the day. I had a blast, and that's what's most important. And I really feel like a weight has been lifted off of my shoulders by finally completing an expert race. This was a pretty big deal for me personally, just after having such a great time in amateur and then just being faced with challenge after challenge in expert, crashing out of 2 races in a row. Coming back from that first one and getting the bike all squared away was definitely expensive and a little bit of a challenge. But then coming back from the second one when I actually caused some more harm to myself, much more to myself than the bike in that situation, shearing apart my left collarbone, which required surgery to fix. I now have a titanium plate and 9 screws reinforcing that, and that was put there to help the bone heal. That was a little bit more challenging mentally. There were definitely some times where I was a bit anxious about it, especially over that long 8-month period where I just wasn't really at the track aside from just doing a couple days on the Tuono. So it feels really good to get back out there. I felt pretty comfortable and confident just in myself, and I didn't find myself thinking about crashing. I was still very focused and in the moment, aside from getting fatigued towards the end of the race and my body kind of trying to tell me, hey, like, this is about all we got today. So I'm glad I sat out that second race. I don't think there was any way that I was going to go faster. I was already pretty sore. So it was a good call, and I achieved my goal. I am officially an expert motorcycle racer who's finished an expert race. As far as what's next, I'm not really sure. I'm actually going to make another video that I will post in the next few days here, standard moto vlog style, talking through some stuff as I'm still trying to work out some details as far as what 2024 is going to look like for me. But stay tuned for that. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. It's great to be back here. Yeah, it's been a really long time since I've posted videos somewhat consistently at all, or really just posted videos. And it's fun to talk through all this stuff and just share it with you guys. So thanks for tuning in and thanks for sticking with me through this crazy motorcycle racing journey and dealing with that long hiatus. So with that, I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, I would sincerely appreciate a gentle little click of the like button. And if you considered subscribing for more motorcycling content like this, I can't say when exactly after that next video, another one will come out. Again, we'll talk through some of those details in the next video. But yeah, we'll see. I'll do my best. If you're new to the channel or just haven't spent a lot of time here, check out the playlist that I'll link down below. That is my entire motorcycle racing career from my first amateur race weekend ever and some of the prep time going into that, just doing track days beforehand, trying to get ready. I have the new racer school in there, all kinds of stuff. So if you're looking for more track content, it's down below. And drop a comment below. Have you been racing yet? Are you thinking about it? Do you just do track days? Do you have any questions? Is there any advice you think you could offer me? Let's just have a conversation down in the comments below. But again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll hope to catch you in the next one. Until then, later.